In our last video, we were in the college town of Starkville, Mississippi. Starkville is home to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We walked the streets of the historic downtown, and we checked out some really cool street art. In this video,
we're in Indianola, Mississippi.
Indianola was the fourth stop on what we are calling Wanderlust 2026, our road trip from Central Florida to Kansas and back again. And this is one of those unscheduled stops when we learned it was the home of the blues legend, B.B. King.
We start our journey at the B.B. King Museum and Interpretive Center, which opened in 2008. And here we are with B.B.'s guitar, Lucille. Rumor has it in 1949, he rushed back into a burning nightclub to save his $30 guitar. He later learned that the fire was started by two men who were fighting over a woman named Lucille. Therefore, he named his guitar Lucille to remind himself to never fight over a woman or run into a burning building. As a young man, B.B. King worked in a cotton gin, which is housed in the brick building portion of this museum. B.B. was born as Riley B. King in 1925. He became known as B.B. or Blues Boy King. He is considered the king of blues and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. When he passed in 2015, he was brought here and is laid to rest on the Interpretive Center grounds.
We actually spent quite a bit of time at this museum. If you're familiar with our channel, you know as a general rule we do not show paid attractions. The burial site is something you can see from the road, but you won't see any of the museum from the inside because we strongly encourage you to visit it for yourself if you're in the area.
And right across the street here, you see the Blue Biscuit, which has been there about 10 years. It's known as a fine restaurant disguised as a juke joint.
After an awesome experience at the museum, it was time to check out the heart of the historic downtown.
Here we see the Sunflower County Courthouse, built around 1965. This site was a focal point for the civil rights movement. Now on this corner by the yellow building is the location where 17-year-old B.B. King first performed. In 1980, he put his handprints and signature on the sidewalk.
Indianola is part of the Mississippi Delta. It's not just the birthplace of B.B. King, but also other blues legends. Right here in this very town was Albert King.
Yeah, Albert may or may not have been a relative of B.B., but we'll learn a little bit more about him later in the video. Indianola was founded in 1874. It has a current population of about 9,600.
It was nice to see a lot of these old original buildings still standing. Hopefully they can be repurposed sometime in the near future.
In 1891, Minnie Cox was appointed postmaster of Indianola, becoming the first black female postmaster in the United States. This cool brick building is the Planters Bank building, built around 1900.
I think it's great that B.B. could have been laid to rest anywhere, but he chose to return to his hometown.
And this sign commemorates Albert King. He was an influential blues guitarist and singer. He said he was born in Indianola and that he was the half-brother of B.B. King, but limited official documentation suggests that neither of these are actually true.
Regardless, if you're a fan of the blues, definitely check out Albert's work.
Yeah, they actually refer to three kings of the blues, meaning B.B. King, Freddie King, and Albert King.
Looks like it's time to wrap this video up. All right, Indianola, Mississippi, your thoughts?
Well, I learned a lot about B.B. King here. I didn't know that much about him apparently, and this is his childhood home. We went to his museum and interpretive center, and it was really great, so I'm glad we stopped here.
Yeah, we're in the heart of the Mississippi Delta. This is an area rich with history. It represents, you know, the best and the worst of the American experience. And if you're a fan of music, every form of American music has been influenced by the artists that came out of this region, you know, like B.B. King, Albert King, Robert Johnson. You know, countless blues musicians have had a major impact on all types of music. You know, obviously blues, jazz, rock and roll for sure, country and western, you know, hip hop. I mean, all of that music can be traced back to these regions, and it's just almost overwhelming to think about, you know, how that occurred. And it's really an honor to see BB's museum. They did a wonderful job to obviously a legend, and I'm glad that we stopped in the town.
Me too.
All right, get off the couch and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.